in recent days, including migrants who hitched this ride on top of a freight train on Thursday, and dozens more seen crossing the Rio Grande near Eagle Pass, Texas on Friday. Those crossings come as new data shows migrant encounters, both legal and illegal, rose sharply in the second half of this summer, jumping 26% from June to July and 27% from July to August. NewsNation correspondent Jorge Ventura joining us live from the border city of El Paso with more. Jorge, we understand the Secretary of Homeland Security was on the ground visiting the border today.
Yeah, that's right, Natasha. Today, Alejandro Mayorkas is meeting with the Honduran President Xiomara Castro and calling the immigration system here absolutely broken. Mayorkas is meeting with the Honduran president to discuss illegal immigration as well as unsafe immigration. New data shows a staggering 181,000 arrests at the U.S.-Mexican border in August. That's 37% more than the month prior. New numbers coming as some U.S. cities are becoming overwhelmed by a large group of migrants that arrived this week, including where I am here in El Paso. More than 8,000 migrants crossed into Eagle Pass, Texas, where a 3-year-old boy died while crossing the Rio Grande. The migrant surge there, prompting U.S. Customs and Border Protection to resume field operations there this morning. Now, some migrants also hitching rides on top of trains, as you mentioned, Natasha, prompting Mexico's largest rail carrier, Mex, to temporarily suspend operations after several injuries and deaths of migrants who were traveling on them. That migrant surge has also prompted the Biden administration to send 800 active duty troops here to the U.S. border to assist U.S. Border Patrol agents. And Natasha, where I'm standing here in downtown Plaza, El Paso, we are surrounded by hundreds of Venezuelan migrants. Some will be in shelters tonight, some will be sleeping. We actually just met a mother with a 5-year-old boy who is suffering with a fever for more than 24 hours, and she doesn't have any money to buy any medication or to reach out to any 911 medical services. So it's just, once again, highlighting the humanitarian crisis, and we're seeing it here in El Paso right now.
It is a crisis, and that's so concerning. Jorge, speaking of the Biden administration, we also know that Mexico's president wants to meet President Biden in Washington. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so Mexico's top diplomat is announcing that Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador does want a meeting with President Biden in Washington, D.C. to discuss immigration. One of the big concerns for the Mexican president is the closing of some of those U.S.-Mexico border crossing points, impacting the economies on both sides. The other issues will be drug trafficking, of course, development aid, and a major focus for the meeting will likely be for both countries to do more to stem the flow of migrants traveling through the Darien Gap in Panama. Mexican Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Alicia Bárcena, also said that migrant shelters in Ciudad Juárez, right across where we are from here in El Paso, are 95% full, and the Mexican government is worried about those border closures and the surge of migrants, especially with Mexico's tenuous relationship with Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Abbott's many tactics to stop the migrant surge have included placing series of floating barriers in the Rio Grande, also placing Texas DPS to block migrants. But the Mexican president is hoping that that meeting could happen as soon as November. And right now, Natasha, what I'm hearing from my sources in Ciudad Juárez is we're still going to expect thousands of Venezuelans to come in. Right now, we continue to speak to Venezuelans who say that they do have future court dates. Many of them head into major cities like Chicago, Denver, and New York City.
Okay, Jorge Ventura live for us in El Paso tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.